You probably can understand about the generations
Yeah.
and the change in behavior between the generations. I'm a non-digital native,
Yeah.
there's digital natives, but within the digital native category, there are lots of subcategories.
Yeah.
How is that impacting already, you think, the buying and the selling?
I think the fact is that for 2 decades I've been talking and teaching either with students or with companies about being customer centric. So which means that the customer does not care if you're dealing with a wide variety of people in your organization in different age groups, right? Yeah, they may cut you some slack, but essentially what they want is they want their problem solved. Now, we should never lose track of that fact, right? Now, of course, what we're going to be dealing with is that we need to be understanding how are customers in your customer's organization and where is the age group there in terms of are they digital native, yes or no. And the fact is that whether we like it or not, we as a supplier organization had to be prepared for it. I think McKinsey in 2021, exactly a year after COVID forced many things to say, they were talking to a sample of sales leaders and they said omni-channel way of prospecting is going to be the best. The idea of omni-channel prospecting, saying that using multiple methods of prospecting, that includes using your marketing tools, your sales tools, and customer success tools, and reaching out face to face or in hybrid, is going to be the best way to look at lead generation because your customer is going to choose how they want to interact with you, right? So essentially what we need to understand is, first of all, we need to understand is that because I could have one customer, for example, I have 10 customers. One customer is Kuhn, who is a digital primitive, which is probably going back to the Stone Ages. Then you could have Deva, who is again digital Stone Age. Then you could have somebody, and essentially it could very well be that different age groups, different attitudes towards that, but we have to serve all. So we don't have the luxury of saying how we're going to do this. We need to be looking at omni-channel is the way forward. That's from the viewpoint of understanding how the customers are. Now, I can go on for hours about how do we engage with them, what kind of content, how we do that. I think that's beyond the scope of what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
But for me, that's for this side. On the other side, it also becomes important because essentially what you have is you need to have different people with different skill sets, and essentially how you will see that there is this need for instant gratification for a lot of these youngsters, and they get frustrated going into marketing and running campaigns where you're not exactly sure that the campaigns that we run are actually giving the results that we want. So essentially setting up the right kind of KPIs to tell them that what they do matters is going to become vital. In sales, the same. If you take a look at how many times I've got frustrated sales leaders saying that my young salespeople want to text or send them, but they do not want to pick up the phone and call. So you have to learn to deal with this. So for me, in my opinion, is we have these challenges, but don't forget it means nothing because the customer is going to choose, and the customer could be all over the place.